Hey Yakumo,
Hey Leo.
welcome to the new microphone. Um, Welcome to come back to the Yakumo and Lee conversation. And for the new audience, this is our conversation about the idea of being original. And Yakumo is a music composer, a teacher, and photographer, and more. So this time we are going to continue the following the previous episode about Yakumo's trip in Japan, his idea and his experience in Kyoto. So do you want to follow through?
Yeah. So last time we just talked about the very first day and um how do you say that the insight that I have for traveling alone. And
Hmm.
yeah, that was a joy for me because um um how do you put that? Of course, I've been trouble with friends, um, pals, and when you're in that kind of situation, you better be right. You better uh, not making mistakes, right? If you plan the trip and something go wrong,
Hmm.
they will blame you. But when I travel alone, I never blame myself, right? I'll never blame myself for making mistakes or um go the wrong direction. That's what happened the first day of my trip. I planned to go to a place called Ohala, but I end up find myself in another place called Kurama. Yeah, and what's more is I like it. It turned out every time when I go back to Kyoto, I always visit Kurama um, at least once every time. So maybe since I really like it, I like to share a little bit more picture about it.
Hmm.
Oh, right. So if you remember, this is the picture that I shared last time, and this is right next to the train station.
Hmm.
Train station, and this is also what you can see. I believe is if it's not the final stop, it would be kind of close to the final stop. So because it was a it was a hill, it was a hill. It is a hill. Sorry, it is a hill, and the train will go up uh, to the final stop. So
Hmm.
this is what you see. You see, there's kind of um, deviation of height, right? So very normal view, but you can feel that you are already in the mountains.
Hmm.
Yeah, another one. Yeah. Yes, I believe this is in a train stop, train station. So kind of um, the toilet. toilet position. Okay. And then you can see, what you can see is a view like this. So when I came out of the station, this is what I see. Yeah, a typical little hill district, but just feel nice to me.
Was it raining?
I believe kind of, but at the time, at the time, oh no, snowing.
It's after snow.
Remember? Yes, kind of after snow. So, um, yeah, there's another picture that I shot. This is a little bit dumb, a little funny picture. This is my left hand with gloves. Yeah, and you can see the little white spot.
Mm-hmm.
It means uh, it was still snowing at that time, but not very heavy. Yeah. So I was kind of watching myself, my own hand, to um, watching those snow falling on my hand. Yeah.
Mm.
This is another view, another picture at that place. So follow along the way. You can go even deep into the mountains, and there are some, not a lot, but um, this side is in fact the uh, uh, a hotel. I remember this is a spring hotel,
Mm-hmm.
so you can you say onsen hot spring, right? Hot spring
Yep,
hotel.
hotel.
Yes. Yeah, so you can enjoy hot spring there. You can stay there, or you can just you can stay there and have enjoy the hot spring, or you can just spend some time enjoy the hot spring there.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do that. All right, I just know they have that kind of service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a peaceful, uh, it's a peaceful district that I happen to find. Although I should have known it, because it's famous as well. But at that time, I didn't um, do enough homework to cover all these places. I just happened to uh, go there.
Mm. So I think the most important is what what is your interpretation, your experience. How did you feel? Um, like for me, when I traveled, I normally have this kind of I have this kind of habit. I will compare wherever I go to what is in my mind. And for
Your
you,
utopia, your
yes.
utopia, right?
So you're going to, yes. And the adjective for me would be what would it be? to be original. Yeah. So a place, lifestyle, the object, the people, um, how do they interact with each other, um, the nature, the nature and the city, how do they been arranged together. Like, do you also feel that?
Uh, kind of. I think, of course, I will. mm, Maybe not so consciously like you, but since I mentioned that I really like the place,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, I think I also mean that it's close to an ideal place to live in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's quite simple. Um, um, First, since it's in the mountains, it's kind of closer to nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, and that is closer to nature, and there are not a lot um, people live there. So it's relatively quiet and
Mm-hmm.
peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, if I can live a place like that, um, that would be really, really good because I really appreciate the quiet time, peaceful time after work. Uh, yeah, after work. So that's an ideal place for me to live. I still think it's an ideal place to live
Mm-hmm.
if I had a chance.
Yeah, and how far is it?
Is it
How
from
how long does it take to go to this place from Kyoto, from
from the
center?
city central?
Yeah.
Um, Not far, not far.
An hour?
I believe I didn't remember quite exactly, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's less than an hour. Uh,
Mm.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
The train didn't go very fast,
Mm-hmm.
so mm, but I feel that it's not far. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of you
Steep?
go upward.
Yep.
Yes, you go upward, but overall it's not very far.
Mm.
So if
Yeah.
you want to go to the city center, it's still very convenient. But if you don't want to, you can own this peacefulness.
So ideally, you would like to live in a small place, but not too far from the city.
For me, I don't even care about if it's far from the city.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's important to for it to be a quiet, s- small place. Yes,
Mm.
peaceful place.
But you also have been to a smaller place in other countries. What made you feel like it is different? Uh,
Mm, in fact, I don't have similar feeling uh, when I go to other countries. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's because I don't have really many experiences over other countries.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. For example, when I went to friends. The city that I stay is not really a small city, and in that place, in that city, I didn't I didn't find any area like this. Maybe it's because of different city structure. In Montpellier, the place that I went when I was in France, is kind of broad and plain, you know. So you can kind of you kind of feel the whole city uh, without um,
Maybe you should go to a Provence.
Provence. Provence. You mean have I?
No, I mean there are mountains, yeah, like there
Oh,
are
yeah,
smaller,
but
maybe, yeah,
I didn't really spend time there or
yeah.
um yeah, I was mainly in that city, the Montpellier.
Mm,
Mm. Yeah, I yeah. Mm, most of my experience there is the city.
mm,
So so it's yeah, it's not very easy to compare. Uh, kind of different.
mm,
And I think probably there will be more tourists in France. Like yeah, yeah,
mm. Yeah, for me, it's a different style. It is a different preference. But I think in terms of if I want to keep, some kind of score to compare different plays, sometimes there are same scores, but it's a different, really a different character, different style. So it eventually becomes like it depends on your preference, which one you feel more comfortable. Um, but what I saw in Japan, what I saw in many European countries, I think I think equally
they
nice.
share they share many
Yeah, like if you go to a small village,
yeah,
especially in the mountain, you feel
yeah,
something
yeah.
actually very similar.
I believe so. I believe so. Just I don't have
Yeah,
much
I, I,
experience.
I think I showed some picture from Slovenia, yeah? The village, the countryside. It's actually a lot, resemble to Japan, like my from what I saw. Uh,
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
it's very interesting.
Beside maybe the buildings,
Yeah,
maybe some difference between.
yeah, yeah. And I was in the UK, in some place in UK, they also have those, traditional straw blade um, roof. You see they
Yeah,
made very thick, and it's like
yeah,
you see from the distance, it's like the fur, like you feel like it.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
The fur of a house.
yes, in Japan you saw this, yeah, you saw
Yes,
this kind of similar technique, um, and for me those are something I like. Is
yeah. They are
something.
quite functional and quite flexible, I
I
believe.
also think those technique can be used for redesign, like for something more creative. It just
Absolutely.
people
Yeah.
don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good technique, good use of materials. It's a
Usually this
value.
kind, yeah, usually this kind of technique were um, abundant just because they are more complex.
Yeah,
You know?
and
yeah, and people today they don't want to spend that much time on it.
Yeah,
They want fast.
right.
So, but I mean, usually it's not because they are not useful,
Yeah,
but
but
because it's
also, if
yeah,
we understand the technique, the principle of the technique, you can actually use it in a more flexible way. Yeah,
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have
yeah,
to. One of the issue for those traditional technique is like when you try to do it, they require all the strict, process. Like you have to follow
yeah,
every.
yeah, yeah,
There's no flexibility. Yeah,
yeah,
it's supposed to be used in different ways as well. Like you want to, you want the new builders and architects that can continue using those techniques.
yeah,
Yeah, then why you
yeah,
have to always keep all those format? And that is, I think, if it can be changed, it'll be much nicer.
yeah, yeah. That's people have different focus. Yeah, I believe that that is sometimes they don't realize, but if they do, I think it's because they focus on different
Yeah,
things. Yeah, some
sometimes I
some
feel like
really some really focus on the traditions,
it's
and I
almost
can
like
appreciate it. But just like you say, you don't have to always.
because
Um,
it's not practical. Yeah, it's not
yeah,
practical anymore. And the way they try to preserve the heritage becomes like they are killing the heritage. Because if nobody's using it, if it's dying, if you can only see in a museum, then it's not practical. Yeah, it's actually making it much harder to preserve
yeah,
the technique. The nature is nature. If you want to use the more natural way of building a house, then you should open for all the possibility. Yeah, not yeah, and it's not only Japan. I guess in Japan it's more strict, but in many other countries as well. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
For me, it's there are a, at least two ways to do it. So you can follow the strict traditional process if you have the luxury, like you like this is all you want. This is and you are willing to um, do it at any cost. That's fine, but it doesn't mean you couldn't do this in another way at the same time, right? So for the whole the public, for this useful technique to keep being used by people,
hmm
some flexibility is needed. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and
uh,
they can be there at the same time.
mm,
No conflicts at all. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, um, yeah. Also, those old carpentry technique. As we mentioned last time, um,
yeah,
those are I'm interested in those, but I'm also at the same time I'm also very um, I feel uncomfortable with people just want to keep this format. It's almost like a ritual. It's like
yeah,
okay, here go this ceremony. We have to do
yeah.
this.
And the
Uh,
problem, I think the biggest problem is they didn't realize
mm,
they are in such trap. Right?
mm,
So if you really mean to do that, and this is your whole life, that's fine. But I think most people, when they do so, they didn't realize that they were in a trap, and yeah, that is a pity.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, let's come back to the your trip. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you are on the mountain. Yeah, you're walking on the mountain. What did you
Yeah.
do? Did you harass some local innocent bystanders? Did you
No, no, no.
local
It's
animals? Like
no, no. I didn't encounter anyone,
okay.
but the air is really fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So just to breathe there make you feel alive. So yeah, I just take a walk. I didn't walk for long because mm, that was enough for me. I didn't go really deep into the mountain. I kind of just walk around the area close to a station.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good
Yeah.
time. There was a famous temple there, but I didn't visit it. Uh, Kurama Temple.
Mm. What does it mean?
Uh, Kurama is the place,
Oh, okay, okay.
right?
Mm.
And Kurama Temple.
Mm.
Kurama Ji. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. And another reason that I like to travel alone is um, spot like this might not interest everyone. Some people would kind of feel, oh, it's boring. I didn't see anything like that. Um, but turn out these kind of places are the best for me. I really enjoy staying there, doing nothing. Yeah.
Mm. It's nice. Um, so um, maybe maybe you can also share a similar kind of experience next time while you're still in the Kyoto. So
Yes,
yeah.
but as I mentioned, although I mentioned about nature a lot, the quiet, the peacefulness that I enjoy, but I one of the reason I like Kyoto is it's also a very ener- energetic city. So all the benefits of a city, you, you can have all the benefits of a city, but also um, enjoy the nature uh,
Mhm.
alongside. So I also, of course, I also spend time in the city center. Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next time,
Yeah.
maybe you can share more with us.
Yeah.
And today, thank you very much for your time and
Thank you too.
story. Yeah. So thank you everybody to continue following our podcast, and please subscribe and share. Um, so we'll see you next time, next week. Um, until next time. Yeah.
Next time. Bye bye.
Bye.